am in a magical little town in Colorado. It's called Breckenridge, and it's known for skiing. There are very few local people that even live here. People come here to ski. It's such a pretty town in the mountains, and it's always cool. Even in the summertime, it always feels cool to me. And it's high up in the mountains, and it's just beautiful. There's a ski resort, and it's just, because it's so touristy, it's just a really fun place to visit. So I am visiting Breckenridge. And there are a few things that I really like to do when I come here. And the very first thing that I want to do is go to a local pizza shop that's known for their calzones that are almost as long as your arm. It's almost comical. So I arrive at the downtown area, and there's very little parking. So I park in an outer parking spot, and I walk quite a bit, even though it's a really small town. I walk through the downtown area looking around, and it's just fun to see all the little shops of the little mountain town, and it's a little bit uppity too, so there's plenty of expensive type shops, and you can tell the crowd that it's catering to, and that's totally fine because it's different for me to look at. It's interesting things, and I really like looking at all the mountain gear because it's all really good quality, and the mountain bikes with the fat tires, it's pretty cool. I can't believe the price tags on some of these things. I just keep walking. It's a beautiful day. It's always sunny here, always. And it just makes me feel happy and alive and excited. There's so much to do. It's such an adventurous place to be. And as I'm walking, I see the pizza shop. And I walk in, and it's pretty small inside. You kind of have to squeeze in, but it's one of those places that everyone knows about, so it's pretty busy. And I get a table, and I order the calzone. I know exactly what I want. And my waitress brings it out to me with a big smile about 10 to 15 minutes later. She says, "Here you go." And I mean, this thing is just falling off both sides of the plates. It's so long. It's so funny. It just makes me smile. And it is piping hot. And I just decide to wait a few minutes so I don't burn my tongue. I'm looking around at all the people that are working here and here to eat, and it's just a really fun atmosphere. Everybody's here with friends, and you can tell they're just here to have a good time. And I take a bite of my calzone, and it has all the yummy things I love inside. Oh man, that is so good. And it's like a buttery crust on top. They know what they're doing. And I just hang out and enjoy myself for a while. And at one point, I need to use the restroom, and so I ask. There's a sign that says, "Ask for key." And so I ask for the key, and they have to explain to me for about 3 minutes how to get to the restroom, because it shares a restroom with a lot of the different shops. So I go roaming around the downtown area trying to find this bathroom, which is so funny to me. And finally, after walking past lots of shops, downstairs, and there it is. There's the bathroom. I found it. I have conquered. It's just funny to me. This little town is so weird. but fun. Like, it's pretty quirky. And I go back and settle my bill, and I have to take half my calzone home with me because it is so big. I walk back to the vehicle, and I know exactly where I want to go next. There is a little place, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but not too far from here. I don't know if you call it Chipmunk Point, but I've been there before, and I'm so excited to go. So I drive over, and I can't wait to see the views. And I park in a little parking spot, and I start walking down this stone path, and I'm way up high. And there are trees everywhere, evergreens, and it is already pretty to look at as I'm walking through all the evergreens. And then there's a point where it gets really rocky, lots of big rocks. And I stop here, and the view is just incredible. This is where you can see the mountains. And I just take it in. But then I hear some squeaks, and the sides of my lips turn up because I know what it is. And as if this place wasn't already magical enough, I look down, and there are chipmunks running around scurrying everywhere. Hundreds of chipmunks. And I see there's a couple, a man and a woman, bending down, and a chipmunk hops onto the lady's hand. She has a sunflower seed, and it grabs the sunflower seed and sits there for a second, and then hops off and runs away. This is such a magical place. Where else on earth can you go and have chipmunks hop in your hand? It is just crazy. And there are sunflower shells, holes all over the place. These little chipmunks are chubby. Some of them are so fat, their stripes, you can barely see them. They're chubby little things. They are getting enough to eat, that's for sure. And I walk down, and it's just the side of a mountain, so it's really fun to just climb down. And I sit beside a rock, and I take some of the sunflower seeds that are on the ground, and I put them in my hand, and I just wait, and I'm watching all the little chipmunks and their antics. They're so cute. There's something about chipmunks that are so cute. And then I feel a little tickle on my hand. There's a chipmunk coming over and touching my hand, and then he hops on. I don't move a muscle. And he eats what he wants and runs off again, and then comes back, and then another chipmunk runs up my leg and onto my knee and sits there. He kind of turns towards my face for a minute. We're kind of nose to nose, thinking this is just crazy. They're so cute. I hang out here for a while because it's so magical, and if it's not the chipmunks that are adorable, it is the view that is absolutely amazing. And I can feel the glory of God here, and I know he has a sense of humor at the same time because of the chipmunks, just how cute they are. They're almost distracting from this beautiful view. And I just enjoyed myself so much. And some kids come, and they are giggling and laughing. It is such a fun place to be. After a while, I decided to walk a little bit more. And there's a loop, a trail that loops around, and I walk the trail. It's about a half mile. Feels good to stretch, and the cool air. It's just such a beautiful place. And there's one more thing I want to do before going back to the cabin. I want to ride up the gondola. I think that's what it's called. Up the side of the mountain. It's not wintertime, but you can ride up it just to see the views. So I arrive at the gondola site and hop on, and I get one all to myself, and it's enclosed. It's fancy. And I start going up the side of the mountain, and I'm brought back. I have good memories of when my husband and I were dating. We had our first kiss here. It was so sweet. And I'm just smiling big, and the windows are completely, like, you can see 360 all the way around. And it's just beautiful going up the green hill. Or should I say mountain? It is most definitely a mountain. I'm going high. And it's fun to be out in this beautiful place, quirky place. It's just a delight. And I take all of this into my future, and I'm in Iowa. Right smack dab in the middle of flat Iowa. Totally different, but beautiful in its own right. And I am exploring. I'm going up in this tower. It used to be a water tower, and they converted it to a lookout point, and it's fall. And I am conquering my fear of heights. What fear of heights? Not me. And I'm walking around and around and around. It's a big spiral of stairs all the way around until you get to the top. And then there's a big lookout point. And I get to the top, and I hear the clunk, clunk, clunk of the metal steps. And as I get to the top, I look out, and the colors of the trees are amazing and brilliant. This is the perfect hour, I think, for trees to be looking their best for their colors. Reds and oranges and yellows, and even I still see the greens, and oh, it's just perfect. I don't think I could have gotten a more perfect moment than this, to look down and I can see out 4 miles of these it's almost like a quilt. It's like miles of this beautiful quilt. It is so pretty. And I see the lake and the river. Oh, what a place. And the clouds are just beautiful. It's a cool day, but not too cold. It's just jacket weather. And I can feel the wind up here. Wow. All I see is this quilt of beautiful colored trees. And it makes my heart happy. And I'm happy to know that no matter where God has me, there's beauty. There's beauty in everything. No matter what time or place or event is going on, there's beauty in it. Thank you, God, for beauty in every minute, in every place. You are good.